Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946 in Queens, New York City into a family that embodied both entrepreneurial ambition and rigorous discipline, shaping the foundation of the man who would later become one of the most influential and controversial figures in American history. His father, Fred Trump, was a successful real estate developer who built homes in Queens and Brooklyn, while his mother, Mary Ann MacLeod, had immigrated from Scotland and instilled in her children the values of hard work, perseverance, and moral grounding. Growing up as the fourth of 5 children, Donald was exposed from an early age to the world of business, finance, and negotiation, absorbing lessons about responsibility, strategy, and the rewards of bold ambition. His early years were marked by both privilege and rigorous expectations, as his father encouraged competitiveness, discipline, and resilience, recognizing that success required both intellect and tenacity. At the age of 13, Donald was enrolled at the New York Military Academy, a decision made by his parents to provide structure, discipline, and guidance for a young boy with immense energy and ambition. At the academy, he excelled academically and socially, developing leadership skills and self-confidence, qualities that would later define his public persona. The military environment instilled in him a sense of order, strategic thinking, and competitive spirit, preparing him for the high-stakes world of business and public life. Upon completing his early education, Trump attended Fordham University in New York, where he studied for 2 years before transferring to the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, from which he graduated in 1968 with a degree in economics. His time at Wharton exposed him to rigorous academic training, financial principles, and the analytical thinking necessary to navigate complex business environments. Freshly graduated, Donald joined his father's real estate business, Elizabeth Trump & Son, which specialized in middle-income rental housing in Queens and Brooklyn. He quickly recognized opportunities for growth beyond the existing framework, envisioning larger projects and more ambitious developments that could reshape the cityscape and elevate his family name. In 1971, he became president of the company and rebranded it as the Trump Organization, signaling a new era of vision, ambition, and personal branding. Early in his career, Trump undertook projects that challenged convention and tested his resolve, including Swifton Village in Cincinnati, Ohio, where he successfully transformed a struggling apartment complex into a thriving enterprise, demonstrating his ability to apply creativity, strategy, and negotiation to real-world challenges. His first major Manhattan project was the acquisition of the Commodore Hotel near Grand Central Station, which he transformed into the Grand Hyatt Hotel. This endeavor not only showcased his eye for opportunity, but also his willingness to take risks, negotiate complex deals, and navigate political and financial landscapes that many others would avoid. His approach to business combined a willingness to borrow aggressively, take calculated risks, and leverage his personal brand to maximize opportunities. And overextended ventures led to near bankruptcy of several properties, including Atlantic City casinos. He faced intense scrutiny from banks, investors, and the media, forcing him to restructure debts, surrender certain assets, and maintain strict personal discipline to stabilize his empire. Despite these setbacks, Trump's resilience, strategic thinking, and refusal to retreat enabled him to not only survive, but to rebuild his business and public persona. During this period, he expanded into high-profile ventures, including the Miss Universe organization, which increased his visibility and provided a platform to further develop his brand. His role as host of The Apprentice elevated him to national and international fame, transforming him into a household name and solidifying his reputation as a bold, decisive, and often polarizing figure. His career in real estate and entertainment, while controversial, illustrated a willingness to embrace risk, seize opportunity, and cultivate a unique identity in the public consciousness. Beyond financial and media success, Trump's early life and career were characterized by ambition, perseverance, and the capacity to adapt in the face of adversity. He consistently sought larger challenges, From luxury real estate developments to branding ventures and media presence, showing that a combination of vision, boldness, and self-belief could overcome setbacks, criticism, and failures. These experiences laid the groundwork for what would become the most dramatic and unexpected turning point in his life, a transition from businessman and media personality to political leader. The ambition and tenacity cultivated during decades in business would later define his approach to public service, campaigning, and leadership on a national and global stage. Trump's early years illustrate a man shaped by family influence, education, risk-taking, and a relentless pursuit of visibility, success, and impact, creating a foundation for the extraordinary path that would eventually lead to the presidency of the United States. A culmination of decades of strategy, resilience, and vision. Donald Trump's leap into politics marked the most remarkable turning point of his life, transforming a career built on business and media into one defined by national leadership, global influence, and historic achievement. In June 2015, he announced his candidacy for the presidency of the United States as a Republican, defying conventional political expectations and sparking widespread curiosity, skepticism, and debate. His campaign was unconventional, confrontational, and media-centric, leveraging his celebrity status, persuasive communication skills, and outsider narrative to appeal to voters disillusioned with the political establishment. Trump positioned himself as a businessman capable of negotiating deals for the country, promising to bring his management expertise and bold decision-making to Washington. Despite early predictions of failure, his strategy resonated with millions of Americans, tapping into economic frustrations, nationalist sentiments, and a desire for political disruption. Against considerable odds, Trump won the Republican nomination and, in November 2016, achieved one of the most unexpected victories in American political history by defeating Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton to become the 45th President of the United States. His presidency was marked by bold policy initiatives, controversial decisions, and a distinctive leadership style that defied traditional norms. Domestically, he implemented significant tax reforms, pursued deregulation across industries, restructured trade deals, and enforced stringent immigration policies, emphasizing his campaign promises of economic revitalization, national security, and populist governance. Internationally, Trump adopted a distinctive approach to foreign policy, engaging in negotiations with world leaders in ways that were unorthodox, but attention-grabbing, focusing on reshaping trade agreements and redefining diplomatic relationships according to perceived American interests. His administration faced relentless scrutiny, both supportive and critical, from the media, political opponents, and the public, reinforcing his reputation as a polarizing yet highly influential figure. Despite controversies, Trump maintained a loyal base of supporters who valued his direct communication, unfiltered style, and commitment to challenging the status quo. His use of social media, particularly Twitter, allowed him to bypass traditional media channels and speak directly to millions of Americans, a strategy unprecedented in its reach and influence. Beyond the presidency, Trump's story is one of resilience, adaptability, and unwavering self-confidence, reflecting decades of business, branding, and public engagement that prepared him for high-stakes leadership. His achievements as president are inseparable from his persona, a man who embraced risk, controversy, and visibility, turning his experience in business and media into political leverage. Trump's journey from Queens to the White House demonstrates the intersection of ambition, strategy, and opportunity, showing that unconventional paths can lead to historic outcomes when combined with relentless determination. His life exemplifies the complexity of leadership, the ability to inspire loyalty, provoke debate, navigate challenges, and transform public perception. Trump's legacy is multifaceted. He reshaped American politics, energized a movement, and left a lasting impact on policy, governance, and political discourse. Whether praised or criticized, he demonstrated that a bold vision, combined with resilience, risk-taking, and strategic communication can propel an individual from private enterprise to global prominence. His personal brand, cultivated over decades in business, media, and real estate, became a powerful tool for political engagement, enabling him to connect with audiences on a national scale. Reflecting on Trump's life, one observes a narrative defined by ambition, struggle, reinvention, and achievement. His story illustrates that success is not linear, that setbacks can be catalysts for growth, and that public influence often emerges from the intersection of opportunity, courage, and calculated risk. Donald Trump's journey offers lessons in self-belief, persistence, and the transformative power of vision, revealing how determination, strategic thinking, and bold action can create historic impact. Ultimately, his life serves as both an inspiration and a challenge, illustrating that leadership requires resilience, audacity, and a willingness to confront opposition while pursuing a clear vision. From a boy growing up in Queens to a global businessman, media icon, and President of the United States, Donald Trump's story is a testament to ambition, risk, and the capacity to shape history through action, influence, and determination. His achievements, controversies, and legacy continue to provoke reflection and discussion, providing a compelling narrative about the possibilities of human endeavor, the challenges of leadership, and the enduring impact of an individual who dared to pursue extraordinary goals against all odds. His life reminds us that vision, courage, and persistence can defy expectations and leave an indelible mark on the world, inspiring generations to follow their ambitions and confront challenges with determination and resilience, shaping a story that will endure in the annals of history.